Hi guys. Okay, so I'm making this recording for you guys because there's still a lot of confusion around how to get a yes each day. There's specifically three parts to it, and each part is important, right? Because getting a yes each day is going to allow you to reprogram your brain really quickly, but you need to understand why what you're doing is working so that you can then apply it to other things in your life. Okay, so getting a yes each day is not, and I repeat, not about whether you accomplish a specific goal. It's not about, I said I would, work for 3 hours, and then I worked for 3 hours, and therefore woohoo, and I didn't do it, so I failed. Okay, so that's not what it's about. The three parts of getting a yes are that you take any big action, not a specific action, any big action. One, that is possible for you to achieve. Two, that stretches you, that it automatically creates resistance in you, and excuses come up that you then have to overcome. Three, that it's an action, that any big action, that brings you closer to your purpose. Now, this is not bringing you closer to your goal. Goals are usually unemotional things. It's your purpose, the reason why you're pursuing this goal and why it's important to you. So, any action is so that you have a degree of flexibility in your day. You don't want to be locked into a specific thing. You're aiming towards something you care about, and you want to have that, okay, that didn't work, I'll try this, that didn't work. You want to start getting into that sort of mindset. Now, the reason you want to bring up the excuses and you want to provoke that resistance in yourself is specifically so that you can overcome it, because usually the excuses, when they come up, they defeat you, right? And it's something that happens to all of us. So you want to purposefully bring up the excuses that beat you usually, and then overcome it. And if you don't have resistance, if you don't bring up excuses, if it's become something easy, then that does not count as a yes. Next, why is it a must that you connect to your purpose? Because when it's just a task, overcoming excuses doesn't really mean anything to us. We've all accomplished things we didn't want to because we were forced to do it, and it sucked. We didn't learn anything. Your boss says you either do this or you're fired, and okay, so we do it. But the moment we're not being threatened with firing, we don't do it anymore. However, when you overcome an excuse in pursuit of your purpose, what that does is you reinforce the belief that certainty, that when something matters to you, you overcome every obstacle. And this is something that you guys are doing every day. So very quickly, your brain's going to adjust to, this is who I am. Just in a matter of days, when you get those yeses, when you hit those three parts, your brain's going to quickly adjust to, wow, nothing stops me. This is who I am. And then suddenly your belief in what's possible explodes. It's like all that stuff that you used to think, oh, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't happen, I can't doubt. It's like, and again, I do this too. This is speaking from familiarity. Suddenly, you don't give into your excuses, and bam, everything is possible. So, if you're getting a no, one or more of these things is happening. Okay, so if you're getting a no each day, especially if you're getting multiple no's in a week, what's happening is, one, you're giving into excuses. So you are allowing old habits to win. Now, that's not a bad thing, because part of this is learning, right? So you jot down what the excuse is. What beat me in that moment? Why did that make more sense than following through my purpose? Two, ties into that a little bit, is you're focusing on your task rather than the reason for doing the task, which is your purpose. The reason for doing this task is purpose. So for example, you're focusing on doing, say, 20 push-ups instead of, I am doing these push-ups because I want to feel young and fit and healthy and really good in my body right until my 90s. I want to feel fantastic, right? You see the difference? When you just focus on the task, I don't want to do it. But when you focus on, what? I feel so good in my body when I do this. I love this. It's good for my children. It makes people happy. It makes me happy. Very different. And then suddenly, of course I would do the push-ups. This is just natural. Of course I would. Okay? Three, another reason that you're getting no's is you're measuring your success on whether or not you accomplish a specific result. And if you remember, that is not the point of the exercise. We need to break people's fixation on getting a specific result is good and not getting a specific result is bad. That is not what we're doing. It's all about overcoming excuses. Also, number 4 is you have in your head that a big action that provokes excuses and brings closer to your purpose is something that takes a lot of time. And it doesn't necessarily. It could be something that takes 5 minutes. But it's got to have those 3 parts to it. It could be something that takes a lot of time, but it could be something that you can do quickly. That's why you want that flexibility. That's why it's any action that brings you closer to your purpose, right? And so this is an exercise. This whole exercise is about provoking and overcoming excuses as you move closer to what really matters to you, and you're doing this every single day. So to recap, the 3 parts of getting a yes are that you take any big action that is possible to achieve, that creates resistance and excuses that you then overcome. 3, that brings you closer to your purpose. Now you guys are doing great. Keep it up. And you guys are, like, you really are. You're doing great. You're having breakthroughs. You're starting to see it. And now the next step is you guys have got to start to see why it works. So then you can then take this stuff and adapt it and accomplish anything and everything you want in your life. So keep it up. You know where I am. If you need me, give me a text. Okay?